us unite. We got the lives of us me.
Because why? It's a beautiful
day.
It's a what, Dennis?
It's a beautiful day. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. And if it's not beautiful, it's decided. I know a lady.
We're gonna make it beautiful.
There was a lady who, years ago, I met her. I used to work with her, and I'd ask her, "Hi, you good?" And she'd say, sometimes she'd say, "Decidedly." And I picked that. That was an ism that I picked up from her. Like, some days
you decide to be. That's right. That's right. Well, we're going to decide to be. So we're going to rise and shine, sunrisers, because we have decided that no matter what, no matter the circumstance, it is a beautiful and thankful Thursday here in Sunrise. Just one more day until the weekend. We almost made it. Almost. Good morning to all of you who are joining us in TV land or on our YouTube channel and over on Facebook. It's wonderful to have you as always. I love our Sunriser community.
I do.
It's a beautiful community.
And the thing is that it's so textured, because some of the times I go places and you feel the community differently, you know. I mean, I've worked in radio for 20 odd years.
Right.
So like sometimes I'm out and then I'm talking on the phone and somebody will,
Dennis Brooks.
you understand?
Yeah.
So I call it, you lose vocal anonymity.
Right.
But then if you do TV, you lose facial anonymity right away.
And vocal.
Yeah. But so like you lose that long time. I mean, every now I've done bits and pieces of TV consistently over the years, but like after about a couple of weeks doing this, like somebody, "Oh, CVM man." But then sometimes you feel the Sunrise community, just like you're in the supermarket and somebody says, and you're like, you know what it is.
I love those nods.
You know what it is.
Quiet nods, yeah.
And then the other people, them say, "We just love you and Yendi." Yeah. It's just great.
No, we have a beautiful community.
So big up everybody. Definitely.
So our motivational quote of the day is, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending."
Oh, wow.
I like that.
I'm going to use that. I'm taking that for myself.
Yeah, that's from C.S. Lewis.
Yeah. Because sometimes you can't do over.
Yeah.
You can't start over, but you can reset or recalibrate right now. And I think that is just as important, because we can't change how things start, but we definitely can see where this is going, and we can say, not there, not there.
And not today, same time. I'm going different.
All right, we're going to give you a double up. So your verse of the day today, one that you always hear from me a little bit.
Right.
"Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, even when he is old, he will not depart from it." That's Proverbs 22, verse 6. And, people always have sometimes been critical and said, but all them say train up the child in the way he should go. I've always, in growing up in church, I've always said, and then being a soci student and a sociology teacher, I've always said, this, if you're in a modern translation for me, is about socialization.
Absolutely.
And so it is factual.
Absolutely.
It is absolutely factual.
Yeah.
The scripture is saying that we are the products of socialization.
Absolutely.
And whatever our socialization is, because socialization is a process by which we learn and internalize behavior patterns that makes us functional or sometimes dysfunctional in the wider society.
Correct.
And so it's the building blocks of our identity. And so whatever we've constructed through the process of socialization is going to be what is.
And then in essence, technically you never depart from that, because especially in the formative years, so the 0 to 7 are critically important. And they really shape who we are,
Yes.
They really shape
absolutely.
who we are. You can decidedly do things differently thereafter.
Yes.
But it's almost like there's an innate socialization that happens within that period that you're either going to stick with it or decidedly go against it.
But even even the ways in which you re-socialize later on, depending on what social exposures you have, those things are influenced by that foundation. So it still has an impact, you know.
Absolutely important.
Absolutely, yeah. So we definitely have to be mindful about how we are producing adults of the future.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
speaking of adults of the future, we have some adults among us who represent our nation.
Yes.
And last night was a very exciting launch. CVM COPA Launch Party happened. And I don't think at this point anybody doesn't know. If you don't know, come from under the rock from which you are living, because COPA is upon us. Last night we did have the official launch of COPA America 2024 at Usain Bolt's Tracks and Records, where we got a chance to hear the highly anticipated announcement of the Reggae Boys COPA squad. And obviously so much more happened as well. So let's just say it had some sizzling moments on screen and on social media. So later in the show we're going to have a little recap about that. And also, a little birdie has told me that Craig Butler will be joining us to give his perspective on the squad that was announced. Very interesting, because there's also been some buzz on social media. Because a couple of, well, not a couple.
A couple, two.
Yeah.
Two is a couple.
Yeah, well, there's one player in particular who was announced in the squad, that is Leon Bailey. He did have a very cryptic message that he shared on his social platform. So I'm very interested to hear what we make of that. We also see where Craig Butler had a comment to make. He did say on social media that Leon Bailey has stated that he is taking a break from the Jamaican national team for his mental health and to spend time with his family. His position has not changed, so we kindly ask that you respect his wishes at this time. Posts made on social media that are surfacing at this time is a misrepresentation of his position, which is very interesting. So, you know, he did say that he wishes them well and wishes them well at the COPA, and, you know, all the best to the management and everybody, but Leon was named in the squad.
Yeah, well,
so
that's the thing. I guess it was. We'll talk about that.
We're going to talk about that. There's lots to talk about.
Of course, remember to tune in to CVM Television from June 20 to July 14 to watch the Reggae Boys compete against the likes of Argentina. Lionel Messi very much involved. Brazil's squad is very strong. Mexico, USA, and more in this year's tournament. It is one to watch, and you can watch it right here on CVM TV. See it happen right here. Today is, of course, you know, there's a day for everything. Today is International Albinism Awareness Day. It's a day that's used to educate persons about albinism, a genetic condition that affects people worldwide, regardless of gender or ethnicity. This day allows us to highlight the challenges faced by those with albinism. If you are such, you are referred to as an albino, and promotes their rights and well-being. So,
you know, this is one of those days where you wouldn't think that there was a day for it, but I'm actually really glad there is.
Yes,
because there's there's still a social stigma that's attached to it. I know that especially in a lot of African nations, there is this belief that there is something evil or some type of witchcraft associated if your child is born with albinism, or, you know, somebody put a hex on you, or then they make a visit over St. Mary and your baby. You understand? But
actually, years ago, I mean, albinos were killed because of the perception that, you know, there was something special in their blood. So if I have a certain problem, what I need to fix it is the blood of an albino. Correct. An albino girl or an albino, you know, and so it is a really serious thing in some cultures.
I'm actually really happy that there is a day to raise awareness about what actually is the cause of albinism, or albinism rather, and just to realize that it not have nothing to do with no guzu.
And
nobody
also
no guzu, nobody.
As a parent, if your child is an albino, then you now have to look at, for instance, skin care or eye care, or all of these things to grow them in a way that is, you know, functional and healthy. Yeah, definitely.
Well, we do have a great show planned for you today, especially for all the Sunrise dads that are watching and that are here in studio with us. Your little Sunrise dad leader of the squad. So, from fatherhood to finance tips in Money Masterclass to some cool COPA America 2024 updates, and even a daddy makeover in styling it.
You're going to like this one. You're going to like this one.
We're going to I don't know still. I feel like the mixtape should have been like, you mommy, daddy, or like
daddy,
there,
no,
yeah?
probably Friday. Probably tomorrow.
Friday, maybe.
Probably, yeah,
well,
probably tomorrow.
Here's a mixtape for you. Get ready for this.
What?